Donna Hopkins, Pro Football Plus, with the fifth quarter as the Washington Commanders beat the New York Giants 21-6. So let's talk about that game and break it down a little bit. The Commanders started off on offense and they drove right down the field. They had 14 points in the first half, but then they stalled for a little while before they got back on the scoreboard in the fourth quarter, winning 21-6 over their NFC East divisional opponent, the New York Giants. So, what did we like about that game? I think on the offensive side of the ball, like we've been talking about all OTAs, all training camp, all preseason, is how would this Washington offensive line line up against the Giants defensive line that was coming in that was supposed to be pretty good. But I told you I was going to measure the offensive line once I got to see them in the regular season, and they really did a great job against the defense of the Giant. I mean, 220 yards on the ground. We have been talking about that for the longest as far as getting that running game going this year, being more balanced. And you've got to love what the Commanders did as far as in their running game. The run blocking was really good, and Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt, a.k.a. Bill, got in there this time, had a good game overall. The running backs overall had a good game. Let me just go here. When you look at the Commanders' running game, Bill Merritt had 10 carries for 82 yards, averaged 8.2, one touchdown, his first touchdown of his NFL career. And then Jayden Daniels ran the ball a lot, but it helps him to have that extra bulk of muscle this year because he's going to take a lot of hits. But, you know, we saw what he could do with his feet, again, keeping drives going and keeping defenses honest. 11 carries, 68 yards. And then Austin Eckler, 6 carries for 26 yards. And Jerry McNichols, 4 carries for 25 yards. So it was balanced across the as far as the running backs position. Kingsbury utilized all of them, but I love the fact that the Commanders did run the ball this time. Again, 220 yards. So let's go to the passing game where Deebo Samuels and Jayden Daniels really connected. We wanted to see what they were going to look like as far as that combination, and 7 carries, 77 yards. You could just see the added part of Deebo Samuels to this offense and how they use him in the backfield, across the middle, down the field. I mean, up and around and all of those things, but big catches from Deebo Samuels, physical, taking on blocks and everything. And they were balanced pretty much also, you know, when you look at the wide receiver group, Deebo Samuels again with 7 catches for 77 yards, average 11 yards per carry. Chris Moore got in there, 1 catch, 34 yards. Eckler had 3 catches. Noah Brown, it was good to see him back out there, 2 catches, 27 yards. And then Terry McLaurin, 2 catches, 27 yards also. And then Zach Ertz, 3 catches, 26 yards. So balance across the receiving core as far as them connecting. I thought the passing game stalled a little bit where, you know, drop balls. There were some drop balls. But overall, you can see what the Commanders have as far as their wide receiver room. But the offensive line, again, I told you it was in the trenches that I was going to watch. So let's go to the locker room to hear what the players had to say about winning their first game against the New York Giants. Let's hear from the offense first and those guys.
Can't ask for anything else. That's where we put all the work in for the offseason to come out and start the season right, and we did that. That's why we're not exactly happy with what happened today. We take the win, but we know there's a lot cleaner places we could be, and we plan on doing that.
Yeah, I mean, it was just our first game out there. Obviously we've had a few practices under our belt now, so we're just going to continue to try to build on today. But, like I've always said, I've always had a lot of respect for Debo's ability with the ball in his hands. And, when you have a guy like myself who could take the top off and a guy like him who dominates underneath and can have yards after catch, it makes it really tough. And then you have Zach, who is just a guy who just continues to make play after play.
With Laramie today for the first time.
Boys, that's a guy I watched in college, to kind of work on my tackle game. And now playing next to a guy like that, you can kind of see how polished he is, like the experience that he has. Like there's things that he told me mid-game that we then applied to the game that made things a little easier. Adjustments, definitely that I can take and now apply to like how I think about playing the game of football. So it's definitely cool.
Hey, Brandon, what did you see overall from the offense today?
Yeah, intensity. Everybody's ready to play. That's what you kind of want to see, even from like the defense. Everybody was just showed up and was ready to ball out. Nobody was hesitating. Nobody's flinching. Nobody thought about what they have to do. Everybody was prepared and just came to play.
Well, the offensive line, again, did a great job in their 21-6 win over the New York Giants. Now, one area that Coach Quinn will not be pleased with was penalties. 12 penalties for 89 yards. And everybody can, take from on the defensive side of the ball and the offensive side of the ball, the flags were flying. So that's something that Coach Quinn talked about, that he wanted to clean up that in preseason, and to come out in your first game, 12 penalties for 89 yards. That's an area I think going up against Green Bay a short week before you go up and play a Thursday night game against the Green Bay Packers. This is one area I think of all the things I saw in the first game is the penalties that you need to clean up. So let's talk about the defensive side of the ball. Again, I told you I was watching as far as in the trenches, that defensive line that have some new faces across the board. As far as Javon Kinlaw, he just dominated in there. Tremendous game from him. And Daron Payne, this guy really looked good in his first game. He was active. He was knocking down balls. He got a sack. The Commanders' defense ended up with 3 sacks on the day. To me, they were aggressive. They're much bigger across the defensive line. As Coach Quinn said, they're more lengthy also. And you could just tell the power on that defensive line this year so far. It's just one game, but still in one game, I was impressed what I saw from the defense front. I thought that they did a good job as far as stopping the run. And then in the secondary, Marshawn Lattimore, Mikey Sanders-Steele was taking on the big guy. They got into a little scuffle. Mikey's helmet came off, but he didn't back down. I was like, okay, Mikey, go at it. But overall, I thought the defense from the front end to the back end did a great job. The secondary, the safety, Quan Martin, all of them almost had a couple of interceptions, but just didn't get their hands on it close enough to pull it in. But overall, you saw that the cornerback room, Trey Amos in his first regular season game, Mikey Sanders-Steele, Marshawn Lattimore, those guys were physical out there. I can remember a goal line play in the second quarter where it was, they got a penalty on them that put the ball at the 1, but they had 4 chances to get it in. And the Commanders at the 1-yard line, their defense stuffed them. That the secondary cut off the pass. They weren't open, so they were playing solid cover defense. And then the defensive front up front was stopping the run, stuffing the run. So up the middle where they had to get better in stopping the run, you saw that from the defense. So you know what? I was happy about the production of the defense because they get the defense, to me, wins the battle today, because I thought that they did so many great things overall on defense from the front end to the back end. But let's go to the locker room, game day locker room, to hear from the defense and what they thought about their performance in this short week before they get ready for the Giants.
Just the pressure that was up front.
We got to get more turnovers on defense. We preach the ball, so we just got to go out there and live it. We got to take shots at the ball. We got to do whatever we can to cause turnovers and get the ball back to our offense.
What did you like most about what you all were able to do on defense?
Just run game. I feel like we still got things to clean up in the run game, but I feel like we improved and took a step forward.
What did you like most about what you all were able to do on defense?
Just run game. I feel like we still got things to clean up in the run game, but I feel like we improved and took a step forward.
Hey, Will, this team gets their first win against the NFC East opponent, the New York Giants. What did you like about what the defense were able to do on the back end and also up front?
I was most proud at us being able to stand up in big situations, us being able to stand up on 4th and shorts, gotta have it plays. I think that says a lot about the culture of our team and of our defense. I feel like that standing up in those moments like that, those things say a lot and mean a lot to the outcome of the game. So for us to embrace those moments and embrace those doing those gotta have it moments and being able to stand up in those moments, I was really proud of the guys today.
Secondary almost got some picks. Your teammate over there, and then some other people had their hands on the ball. What did you like about the secondary, the way you all played aggressive from the start to the end?
No doubt. I mean, I feel like I feel like that's one of the things that we really focused on this offseason is being a team that could just that could play the same way. Not too high, not too low, but just consistent throughout the whole game and being able to play with these guys. I mean, we've got so much talent on this team, and so being able to line up next to these guys and go to war with these guys is an honor. So, but this is just the first steps. We're gonna keep, we're gonna get back in the lab. We're gonna keep at it. Keep getting better and better every day, and just keep stacking the days, and just try to be the best version of ourselves as possible.
Second quarter, you all had to stop goal line play, 3 back-to-back. Talk to me about that as far as how everybody stepped on that particular play.
100%. I mean, we got guys across the board, just hunting the ball. Guys just going across, making plays, and it means a lot to guys. When we get down there, if the offense moves the ball down there, like the game, the drive ain't over. Us being able to own that and being able to stand up in those big moments. I mean, those kind of build the identity of your defense. And so you want guys that want to that embrace those moments and guys who stand up big time in those moments. And obviously across the roster, we got guys who are not only able but very much willing to do that. And so we're playing hand to hand. Like when we step out on that field, we defending every blade of grass. So whether that's bagged up on their 1 yard line or on our 1 yard line, we're gonna play the exact same.
Hey, Quan, you come away with a win against an NFC East opponent, the New York Giants, to start the season off. Could you talk about what you saw in the defense on the back end and also up front?
Just relentless effort the whole game, man. The D-line got after it, put some pressure on the quarterback, and just made our job a lot easier.
Talk about just the back end as far as the secondary. You had your hand on one almost and some of the other guys. Talk to me about just what you saw in the secondary with you guys today.
Guys just went out and did what we know we could do. We've been at this thing since April, man, just continuing to build, continuing to get better every day, and knew the opportunity was going to come eventually. And, I think all the work we put in really just came to life today. So I'm not even surprised about the plays guys was making, how hard the D-line played. Like, we've been doing that for so long. Like, it was really just time to go out there and put it on display.
I was getting ready to ask you, were you starting to see some of those things click on defense? Because up front, they were really aggressive. They were able to stop the run also. Did the pieces come together a little bit more today?
Yeah, for sure. We just talked about playing as one on defense and just bringing the calls to life, bringing the defense to life, and just put some pressure on the quarterback. And, shoot, I think the tape shows. So, man, I'm just super excited to just set the standard this first game and just continue to keep building off of it.
How huge was it to come away with this win against the Giants?
It was huge, man. I think everybody was kind of like ready to get out there. Like I said, it's been a long off season, and we just got the opportunity. So we just went out, played hard, did what we knew we could do, and just played together as a team.
And I thought that overall there were a lot of great things that you could take from this game, but it's a short week to go up there and face the Green Bay Packers at Lambeau Field with the Cheeseheads. So you got to put this behind you. But again, a good first game for this Commanders as they get their first win of the 2025 NF season. So Donna Hopkins, game day, 5th quarter, out of here.